Good evening to all. Today's lecture based on the gate like electrical circuit sponsored by Prerna Center for SC, ST students and also other students organized by Vidya Pratishthan, Kamal Bajaj College of Engineering. Then in which the require for electrical circuit for gate exam. Then we have shown the syllabus of gate exam shortly. Okay, this is gate syllabus in which we have studied the electrical circuit, that is section 2. It is consist of network elements depends on ideal voltage source and current source, also dependent sources like voltage source and current source, also independent sources like voltage and current source, also in which RLC element is very important, also the concept of KCL, KVL and node analysis and mesh analysis for you. It is very important for gate exam. Then also electrical circuit theorems like Thevenin's theorem, Norton's theorem, superposition theorem, and last one is maximum power transfer theorem. Also, in which required response based on the transient response and steady state response. It is very important for DC circuit as well as AC circuit based on the electrical circuit. Okay. Then also concept of sinusoidal steady state analysis and two-port network concept based on the electrical circuit. Also, three-phase balance circuit is very necessary for the design of electrical circuit, and the electrical circuit operate with the help of star and delta phase transformation. Also, complex power concept is very important and power factor in AC circuit. Now we have described step by step the gate syllabus based on the electrical circuit. Then first one is classification of element. The classification of element classified into four types. Then first type is linear element and non-linear element. Then second classification is active element and passive element. Okay. Then third one is unilateral element and bilateral element. And last one is time variant and time invariant, that is based on the time system. Okay, now we have explained one by one. The first type is linear and non-linear element. Okay, in which the linear element and non-linear element based on the Wehe characteristics. Okay, then I am showing the different Wehe characteristics based on the linear element and non-linear element. Then what is the definition of element? The element in which it contains only one equation. It is only one equation of the line passing through the origin. Then this element is called as linear element. Okay. Then concept of non-linear element. Then in which the straight line does not passing through the origin, and with respect to time it is called as non-linear element. Okay, then first graph is the Wehe characteristics of element. Okay, this is straight line, it is straight line equation. Okay, then this straight line passing through the origin. Okay, this is the origin of the characteristics. Then this straight line passing through the origin is called as linear element. Okay, now second graph in which the Wehe characteristics of element are shown in which a straight line passing through the origin. Okay, a straight line passing through the origin. Then this element is called as linear element. Then next graph based on the Wehe characteristics of element. Okay, then in which the line is shown but does not passing through the origin. Then this element is called as non-linear element. Okay, that is third one is non-linear element, and first and second is linear element. Okay, then fourth graph, the way characteristics of element in which there are two straight line but does not passing through the origin. Okay, then this element is called as non-linear element because this line does not passing through the origin. Consider this line. Okay, this point, this is origin, and this line does not passing through the origin. That is non-linear element. Okay, also second line, consider. Okay, this line does not passing through the origin. That is non-linear element. Then next graph is also in which line is bended with another response, that is bend with constant wave characteristics. This is non-linear element because this point to this point is bend, that is voltage and current are changed. Okay, then next one, the wave characteristics, that is linear but small amount of changes, that is but does not passing through the origin, that is 0 point. Okay, this is non-linear element. Okay, then consider this graph, the straight line does not passing through the origin, that is non-linear element. Okay, then next graph in which the line is passing through the axis but does not passing through the origin, then this element called as non-linear element. Okay, then curve are shown in passing through the axis but does not passing through the origin, then this type of element is called as non-linear element. Okay, then next graph is also example of non-linear element. Then I have showing the highlighted with red color linear and non-linear element. Okay, the in which first and second one is linear element, and 3 to this time, that is 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, that is 3 to 10 are the non-linear element. Okay, that means we have to conclude that in concept the linear element based on the straight line of the equation and passing through the origin for all time. Okay, then only one equation contains of the straight line but does not passing through the origin for all time or with respect to time, then this type of element is called as non-linear element. Okay, this is the pre-description of the linear and non-linear element. Okay, then second type is active element and passive element. Okay, that means active element. Okay, then what is the main important part of the element based on the active circuit? Then active circuit is defined as then small amount of power delivered to the circuit is called as active circuit. Okay, that is we have included that which is deliver net amount of power to the circuit, then this circuit is called as active circuit. Then active elements are example voltage source is active element, then current source also active element, and last one is battery, it is also active element. Then second one is passive element. Okay, that is resistance, inductance and capacitance are the passive element. Then the condition is very important for the passive element, that is the value of the resistance is greater than equal to 0, then this element called as passive element. Then the value of the inductance is greater than equal to 0, then this type of element is called as passive element. Then last one is capacitor. Okay, that is the value of C is greater than equal to 0, then this type of element is called as passive element. Then I am showing the small circuit, that is voltage source or current source act as active element, and resistance, inductance and capacitance are the passive element, then in which small amount of current flowing through it, that is I. Okay, then we are showing the 5 graph. Then first graph, okay, the first graph in which it is Vi is equal to IR. Okay, that is Ohm's law, that is potential difference is directly proportional to current flowing through the resistance. Okay, then in which we have considering the resistance element or any type of element we have considered, but we have considered resistance element for this 5 graph. That is first one, consider R, that is R is equal to V upon I, that is resistance is equal to V upon I. Okay, then we have considered this straight line passing through the origin, that is this is linear circuit. Okay, or linear element. Okay, now in which consider R is equal to V upon I, that is voltage consider positive, current also positive, that is both values of VI characteristics, that is voltage is positive and current also positive. Then positive slope is called as passive element and negative slope is called as active element. Now second graph, okay, that is shown in which current is negative and voltage is positive, then the resistance is equal to R is equal to V upon I. Then put voltage V and current is minus I, then resistance is equal to negative value. Then the negative slope, that is this slope is negative, that is called as active element. That means we have concluded that the characteristics drawn between first quadrant and third quadrant, then this type of element is called as passive element, that is positive slope. Okay, then characteristics, that is VI characteristics drawn in second quadrant and fourth quadrant, then this type of element is called as active element based on the sign convention. That is we have considered first quadrant, that is positive positive, second one is negative positive, third one is negative negative, and last one is positive negative. That means the active and passive element characteristics based on the sign convention. Okay, then consider first quadrant, that is voltage is positive, current is positive. Then this type of element is called as passive element. Then we have considered third quadrant operation in which consider the value of voltage is negative and also current is negative. Then ratio both R is positive. Then the value of resistance is positive. Then this type of element is called as passive element. Then we have considered last one graph of VI characteristics of element in which voltage is positive and current is negative. Then obtain the slope is negative. Then this type of element is called as active element. Okay, this is the actual concept of active and passive element. Okay, then third classification is unilateral and bilateral element. Okay. Then the bilateral element in which same impedance but the direction and polarity of the voltage and current get reversed. Okay. Then the polarity and direction of the voltage and current is interchanged. Then this type of element is called as unilateral element. Okay. That means the concept of unilateral and bilateral element based on the direction of the voltage and current. Okay, and also depends on same impedance. Then first graph, okay, we have considered first graph in which the VI characteristics are shown in. Okay, then x-axis is I and y-axis V. Then we have considered two values, that is V1 and I1. Then this operation operate in first quadrant. Then taken the value of V1 is positive, that is taken the slope at point, then consider x-axis value and y-axis value. Then impedance is the ratio of voltage per current. It is Z is equal to V upon I. Then put the values of V is V1, then also put I1. Then Z1 is equal to V1 by I1. That is first quadrant operation is positive. Then also consider third quadrant operation, that is obtain the value of Z2 is equal to minus V1 upon minus I1. Then minus get cancelled. Then obtain the values of impedance Z2 is equal to V1 upon I1. That means we have concluded that the both impedance are equal. That is Z1 is equal to Z2. Then this type of element is called as bilateral element. That means the definition is the same impedance and the direction and polarity of the voltage and current get reversed. That is, this is forward and this is reverse. Then both impedance are equal in forward and reverse. Then this type of element is called as bilateral element. Okay. Now also we have explained the another example of bilateral element. Okay. Then in which linear graph shown in, but at the same point graph is suddenly occur constant with respect to values of voltage and current. Okay, then obtain the impedance of the this graph, that is the voltage is 4 volt. Okay, then current also 4 ampere. Then obtain the ratio of Z is equal to V upon I, that is put the values of V is 4 volt and current is 4 volt 4 ampere, sorry, 4 ampere. Then impedance Z is equal to 1 ohm obtained in first quadrant. Also, this concept applicable or apply for third quadrant. Then Z2 is equal to V upon I. Then the value of V is minus 4 is put in. Then also current is minus 4 ampere. Then Z2 is equal to minus 4 upon minus 4. Then minus get cancel. Then obtain the values of Z2 is equal to 1 ohm or Z. Okay. Then the values of both are similar. Then this type of element is called as bilateral element. That is the two examples of bilateral element. Then also I have showing the example of unilateral element. Okay. Then we have considered the first quadrant for this graph. Then V is equal to, that is voltage is 8 volt and current I is equal to 4 ampere. Then Z is equal to 8 by 4. Then obtain the impedance is Z is equal to 2 ohm in this quadrant. Okay. Then now also apply third quadrant, that is V is equal to voltage is minus 6, then current is minus 4. The V is equal to minus 6 volt, then I is equal to minus 4. Then the ratio of impedance is Z is equal to V upon I. Then put V is minus 6 upon minus 4. Then minus get cancelled. Then Z is equal to 3 upon 2. That means both values are different. That is the 2 ohm in first quadrant and 3 by 2 is obtained in second quadrant. Then this type of element is called as unilateral element. Okay. Then also in which another example of unilateral element in which Z is equal to V upon I1, but in third quadrant only present voltage value and current value is absent. Then the impedance is Z is equal to infinity and in first quadrant Z is equal to V1 upon I1. Then both values are different. Okay. Then this type of element is called as unilateral element. Okay. Then last type is time variant and time invariant system. Then the any type of element depends on the VI characteristics and then these VI characteristics changes with respect to time. Then this type of element is called as time variant element of the system. Then second is time invariant system. Okay. Then the time invariant in which time is absent, then this type of element is called as time invariant element of the system. Then in which the VI characteristics of element are shown in figure with respect to time t1 and t2. Then both lines are passing through the origin. Then this type of element is called as linear element. Both elements are depends on the angle between voltage and current with respect to time t1 and with respect to time T2. Then this type of element is called as time variant element of the system. Okay, this is the classification of element based on the element. Then second slide is numerical based on the classification of element. Okay, this is the example of the based on the classification of element. Okay, then in which the line is passing through the origin and it has only one equation, then this type of element is called as linear element. Then the value of first quadrant and second quadrant both are same, then this type of element is called as bilateral element. Then also this way characteristics is passive element, that is positive value. Okay, then second one is non-linear element, that is this line does not passing through the origin. Okay, this is non-linear element, then in which the ratio of V upon I is present, but in third quadrant the ratio of V upon I is absent. Then this type of element is called as unilateral element. Okay, then passive element, that is the both values are positive in first quadrant and then obtain the value of element is positive, then this type of element is called as passive element. That means the concept of passive and active element based on the quadrant operation, that is the graph obtained between first and third quadrant, then this type of element is called as passive element. And the line obtained between two quadrant number 2, that is quadrant 2 and 4, that is this element is called as active element. The value of active element is negative, the value of passive element is positive. Okay, this is the example of non-linear element because line is bended with another point with values of with constant values of voltage and current, also bend with another point. Okay, that is this is non-linear element. Then concept of unilateral in which the values of impedance is Z is equal to 1 ohm, then Z1, Z2 is equal to 4 upon 5. That means both values of the impedance is Z is not equal to Z2. Then this type of element is called as unilateral element. Okay. Then consider first quadrant, then both values are positive, that is first quadrant, that is V positive and I positive, also in which V is negative and I is negative, then both values are same in first quadrant and third quadrant, then this type of element is called as passive element. Okay, this is the overview of the element number 3, that is circuit diagram number 3. Then circuit 4, that is where characteristics in which the line passing through the origin, then this type of element is called as linear element. Okay, then bilateral element, that is both values of the second quadrant and fourth quadrant is same, that is in which voltage is positive, current is negative. Then R is equal to V upon I. That is obtain the value of resistance is minus R in second quadrant. Then consider fourth quadrant. The value of voltage is negative and current is positive. Then R is equal to V upon I. Then obtain the value of resistance is negative. That means this value is minus R, this value minus R, then both values are same, then this type of element is called as bilateral element. Then the line passing through second quadrant to fourth quadrant, then this type of element is called as active element. Then we have already explained here, that is 2 by 4 element, it is 2 quadrant and fourth quadrant operation is same, then this type of element is called as active, in which the active element in which the values obtained in the form of negative. Okay, then also applicable same concept of, then this is non-linear element, does not pass into the origin. Okay. Then unilateral element, both values are same, that is current is negative and voltage is positive. Then both in different. Then this type of element is called as unilateral element. Okay. Then this is the combination of active and passive element. Then main concept is the first quadrant and third quadrant. That is first quadrant and third quadrant element is called as passive element, and two quadrant and four quadrant operation is called as active element. The combination of passive and active element is shown in. Then this type of combination is called as active and passive element. This graph 5 is based on the combination of active and passive element. Okay. Then classification of sources. Second point is classification of sources. Then the classification of sources classified into two types. That is, first one is independent sources, second one is dependent sources. Then also independent sources classified into two types. That is voltage source and current source. Also, voltage source classified into two types. That is ideal voltage source and practical voltage source. Then next classification is current source classified into two types. That is ideal current source, and second one is practical current source. This is the classification of independent sources. Then second type is dependent sources. Then dependent sources classified into four types. First one is voltage control voltage source, that is VC VS. The second one is voltage control current source, that is VCCS. Then third one is current control voltage source, that is CCVS. And last one is current control current source, that is CC. Yes. Okay. This is the classification of sources. Then first one is independent sources. Okay. Then first type is based on the voltage source. That is independent source based on the voltage source. Then voltage source classified into two types. That is ideal voltage source, and second one is practical voltage source. Okay. Then first one is ideal voltage source, in which the load voltage is independent of the load current. In ideal voltage source, in which the load voltage, that is VL, is independent on load current. Then this type of sources is called as ideal voltage source. That means supply voltage is does not depends on load voltage. Then this type of sources is called as ideal voltage source. Okay. Then VI characteristics are shown in. Then x-axis is load current, it is IL, also shown in circuit. Okay, IL. Then VL is equal to VS, that means supply voltage VS is equal to load voltage. Then both are constant. Then supply voltage and load voltage both are same value or constant value. In this concept, the internal resistance is zero when VL is equal to VS. Then now I explain the actual concept of ideal voltage source with the help of example. Then example are shown in. Then we have considered 10-volt voltage source are connected in series with resistance R. Then voltage across load, that is VL, are shown in. Then consider the different values of the resistance. Okay, that is R is equal to 1, 2, 3. Then current I is equal to 10, 5 and 2 ampere. Consider the values of current is 10, 5, 2 ampere. Then obtain the load voltage, that is V is equal to IR, that is 10 into 1, that is 10 volt. Then 5 into 2, that is 10 volt, and 5 into 2 ampere current, that is 10 volt. That means in ideal voltage source the value of resistance increases but the voltage across load is constant, that is VL is equal to Vs. That means the this is supply voltage, Vs is equal to VL. Okay, when changing the value of the resistance, this is the concept of ideal voltage source. Then second one is practical voltage source. Okay, then in which load voltage depends on load current. In practical voltage source, load voltage depends on load current, that is VL, the voltage across load, then IL, current flowing through the resistance, that is RS, and load shown in. Then VI characteristics of voltage with respect to current are shown in. This is supply voltage and this is load current. Okay, that means VI characteristics between Vs and IL. Then in which source voltage slightly decreases but current increases when the value of voltage with respect to load, that is VL is equal to Vs minus IL into RS. This is the concept of practical voltage source with respect to load current. Then example of practical voltage source is in which source voltage is 10 volt, then resistance is R, then voltage across load is VL, then current flowing through the source to load is IL. With respect to resistance, the value of resistance is 1 ohm. Then obtain the load voltage across resistance. Then we have considered three values of resistance: 1 ohm, 3 ohm, and 4 ohm. Okay, then in which obtain the values of IL. IL is equal to I is equal to V upon R, that is voltage is 10 upon 2, that is 5 ampere. Okay, then current is decreases from 2 ampere to 2.5 ampere to 5 ampere. Then voltage also increases, that is then 5 volt, 7.5 volt, and 8 volt. In this concept, the practical voltage source in which current increases but load voltage is decreases. This is the concept of practical voltage source based on the load voltage and load current. Okay, this is the first type of the independent sources based on the voltage source. Then second is independent sources based on the current. First type is ideal current source and second one is practical current source. Then in which the load current is independent of load voltage. Okay, then circuit diagram of the ideal current source shown in. Then in which this is IS, current flowing through source to load is IS. Then voltage across impedance is VL. Then in which the internal resistance is infinite, that is RS is equal to infinite resistance consider. Then we have characteristics of voltage and current. Okay, then in which load current and source current both values are same, then this type of element or this type of source is called as ideal current source. Okay, now then example based on the ideal current source. Okay, in which 5 ampere current flowing through the circuit, then also load current is 5 ampere because source current is equal to load current, then IL is equal to 5 ampere. Then voltage across load is VL. Then we have considered the values of resistance is 1 2 3. Then voltage VL is equal to IL into R. Then the value of IL is 5, then resistance is 1. Then obtain the value of load current is IL, that is 5 ampere. Also similar for resistance 2 ohm is load voltage is 10 volt and load current is 5 ampere. Then consider the value of resistance is 3, then VL is equal to 15 volt, then load current is 5 ampere. This in which the load voltage is increases but current IL is constant. This is the concept of ideal current source with respect to independent sources. Then second type is practical
हॅलो.
current source. Hello,
हा सर, इथं आर एस इक्वल्स टू काय आहे? सोर्स रेजिस्टन्स इक्वल्स टू
कोणत्या स्लाइड मध्ये म्हणता तुम्ही?
या स्लाइडमध्ये सर एक्झाम्पलच्या वरती लिहिलंय. लोड करंट आहे ना, आयडियल करंट सोर्स. हा,
इथं
ते काय? हा,
infinite resistance आहे तर alpha internal resistance is infinite, that is alpha consider in ideal current source. Okay,
ओके सर.
that is RS is equal to alpha, that is the value of internal resistance is infinity. Okay, then second is practical current source. Okay, then in which source current is, it is shown in, then in which the source resistance, that is RS, are showing, then load impedance, variable load impedance connected across source resistance, then voltage across load is VL, then current flowing through the source to load, that is IL, then current flowing through source is IS, are shown in, then VI characteristics of practical current source is shown in. Okay, then in which the source current is slightly decreases, at the same time the voltage also constant, depends on the load. Then in practical current source, the load current depends on the load voltage, that means the value of IL is depends on the load voltage. Okay, then VI characteristics shown in first quadrant, then obtain the current I is equal to, that is total current is I is equal to IS minus VL upon RS. This is the total current of the this circuit. Then example based on the practical current source. Okay, in which 5 ampere current flowing through the circuit, in which two resistors are connected in parallel. The one value is constant, that is 1 ohm, and another is variable resistance. The value is changing with respect to time, that is 1 to 2. Okay, then in which obtain the values of load voltage and load current. Okay, then consider 1 ohm resistance, one, then obtain load voltage is 2.5, that is put the values of R is 1, that is V is equal to I upon R, then I is equal to put 5, then two resistors connected in parallel taking addition, that is 1 plus 1 2, then obtain load voltage is 2.5 volt. Also similar for this, R is equal to 2, then obtain 10 upon 3 volt, then also obtain load current, that is VL upon R, then obtain the values of current is 2.5 ampere, then current also obtaining R is equal to 2 ohm is 5 upon 3 ampere, in which the load voltage is increases and load current is decreases. In ideal current source, load voltage increases but current is constant. Then in practical current source, voltage load voltage increases but IL is decreases. Then dependent sources. Second type is dependent sources. Then dependent sources classified into two types, that is voltage source and current source. Then dependent voltage source classified into two types again, that is voltage control voltage source, then voltage control current source. It is this is the dependent voltage source. The second one is dependent current source classified into two types, that is current control voltage source, then current control current source. That means this voltage v1 is controlled by this voltage, that is v1 controlled by this voltage source. Then second is voltage v2 is controlled by this arrow indicates the direction of current, then voltage v2 control current source. Then in which the current I1 shown in, that is current source control voltage source, that is voltage source, DC voltage source. Then last one is I2, that is current control current source. Okay. Then the circuit diagram is shown in when consider voltage source V1 in which there are two voltage source, that is input voltage source V1 and output voltage source is V2. Then we have considered voltage control voltage source, that is in which the voltage is 2V1, that is 2V1, then V1 controlled by this voltage source, that means V1 control this voltage source. Then this type of source is called as voltage control voltage source. Then again change the value of V1 is V2, then this voltage controlled by V2. Again example of voltage control voltage source. Okay, then second type is voltage control current source. Okay, then in which I is equal to 2V1, then arrow indicates the direction of current, then we have considered V1. Okay, then voltage control current source, that is V2 controlled by this source. Okay, then this is the example of voltage control current source. Then next is current control voltage source. Okay, then in which there are two voltage source also present, that is V1 and V2. Just 2 minutes. Okay, this is the example of current control voltage source in which two voltage source V1 and V2. Then this current I1 controlled by V1 and V2, and this I1 control the voltage source, that is plus minus, that is indicates the DC voltage source. Okay, that is the example of current control voltage source. Okay, then last example is current control current source. Okay, then in which the current flowing through the circuit is I1 is showing that this I1 control the this current source is I1 with the help of voltage source, that is V1 and V2. This is the example of current control current source. Okay, this is the overview of the classification of sources based on the independent sources and dependent sources. Okay, then all students send me the roll number and you can leave the meeting.